Sasuke finally returns in the anime. Yes, we get to finally see Sasuke finally retrieve the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. I don't know why I said it so weird, but we finally see Sasuke returning from such a long time after that long period of filler, where Sasuke basically uses the Mangekyo Sharingan, well, the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, against like a white Zetsu, where the Susanoo actually looks like Itachi's one, but it's a bit purple, and you know he's got a sword, and oh that's right, he can do Amaterasu as long as he wants. Well, maybe not as long as he wants, but you know, with all that blind shit. But anyway, one of the things which I really that was only the beginning of the episode, so the majority of the episode was about Kurama and Naruto relationship. Okay, sure, we get that little scene with Jugo and that guy, and I cannot remember his name. I don't know what is wrong with me and names today, but I cannot remember anyone's name today. That, you know, that swordsman guy, yeah, they basically talk about finding Sasuke, but that's not really about it. The main meat of this episode was Kurama's hatred for humanity. We basically see in the midst of Naruto fighting everyone, we basically understand why we basically understand why the Nine-Tails hates humanity. We get to see Madara despising the Nine-Tails, think of him just as a tool for destruction, as a slave, as like source of power, and the Nine-Tails hated that and being controlled. We even get to see the next Jinchurikis, even the first Hokage treating the Nine-Tails as like a source of power, like it doesn't even have emotions. We get to see the Uzumaki clan. We get to see Naruto's mom. We get to see all these Jinchurikis thinking of the Nine-Tails as a source of power, as a slave, as like an object of power, which really actually pissed Nine-Tails off, and I would not blame him after all those centuries of wait, was it centuries? It was probably decades. All those, let me just say centuries. All the centuries of hatred. I would not blame the Nine-Tails for having so much hatred against humanity. So we did really get a lot of character development for the Nine-Tails, we actually learned that a lot of people treat him as a source of power. But once Naruto becomes a Jinchuriki, we see that the Nine-Tails actually becomes quite, like, he changes his character. First he knows that, like, he's just a human being, so he still has doubts about Naruto. Like, he still would say the same things about treating him as a source of power and all that, no matter what he says. But because of what the Naruto has said in like a couple of past episodes, where he wants to become friends with the Nine-Tails and he wants to cure Kurama of his hatred, we basically get to see that Naruto is actually different, and Nine-Tails kind of warming up to him, but it still isn't. He still doesn't want to treat Naruto the same way, because after all, he's human, and all humans so far have treated him as an object of destruction and not an actual like being. So we get to see where Kurama's coming from and why he has all this hatred. But he is starting to warm up to Naruto, because if he didn't, then Naruto would be dead. Because as you see, we hear B and Atos talking about that Naruto shouldn't really take that much power from the Nine-Tails because it could still kill him. But we learned that Naruto has already been taking a lot of chakra from the Nine-Tails, and the Nine-Tails has still not like killed Naruto, which is that's quite surprising. So it actually really does seem like Naruto's quite warming up to Naruto. Maybe not best friends like the 8-Tails and 9 and like the 8-Tails and B, but they are like starting to have like form a friendship, and they are starting to form a relationship. Yeah, then we get to see like a couple of fight scenes between Guy and Kakashi facing the Jinchurikis, and we also get to see like the 5-Tails like trying to break free of Madara's chain. Sorry, well, the false Madara anyway. So we get to see that they're not willingly obeying his commands. They are still struggling. Like, so the masked man still can't completely control the tail Jinchurikis, but he does have some form of control over them, but not complete control, because after all, they are too powerful. But the fact that he's controlling them with visual powers or something, I think it was visual powers, shows that this guy is not to be tampered with. He is still a really powerful shinobi. Then we get to see Naruto basically get swallowed by a Jinchuriki. Yes, he actually does get swallowed by a Jinchuriki. I'm not really sure which one it was. It was the one with like that was the size, like that was a gorilla. But we basically get to learn more about these Jinchurikis. Now, they're not only that they are actual beings and they have emotions and all that shit, but they also have names. So this guy's name was Son Goku, and we also get to learn that Nine-Tails, sorry for the spoilers by the way, we basically get to see Nine-Tails is actually named Kurama, which is actually not that surprising, because we basically learned that the first tail is Shikaku. I believe that's what his name is. Speaking of Shikaku, where the heck is he? I'm actually looking for him in the manga, but I don't think he's actually been revealed. And I think that Shikaku is actually gonna have a real part in what's gonna happen in the manga. I'm not really sure what, but I know that Shikaku is like, he must have some sort of like big role to play. Because the Nine Tails and the First Tails must have some specific role. They must be the most powerful Jinchurikis, or like the most, I don't know, they must have some special trait about them which makes them special. I'm not really sure what it is, but we will find out soon enough, I hope. Because we haven't heard from Shikaku for a long time, and Nine Tails, well, there must be a special relationship. There must be something special about him, which we will get to learn about, hopefully. But anyway, yeah, we basically get to learn that Naruto's gonna try to break Son Goku, free from his chains, and that's where it leaves off. And apparently we're gonna get some special episode next week. Hopefully it'll be quite cool. Hopefully it won't be too much filler, and hopefully we get to see Kurama develop more as a character in the future. And I can't actually wait to see the moment where Naruto and Kurama team up and become friends, like Deitas. I learned that Naruto actually envies them and he wants to become friends like them. So hopefully we get to see that soon. I wonder how long that's gonna take, but hopefully not as long as it took just to get to the Madara reveal, hopefully. But anyway, this is Stalman signing off. I will probably give this episode a 6 out of 10, because we didn't really get to see much. We just get to see like character development with Kurama, and then we get to like get some backstory, and we get to see what Sasuke is doing. But it wasn't like too exciting. It was just a bit. We just get to know more about the Jinchurikis basically. So yeah, I believe that 6 out of 10 is quite decent. It was quite a good episode. We get to learn more, and that's about it. I'll see you later.